I was naive. When I was 15, my granddad passed away. Called him Gramps. He believed in me more than anyone has ever believed in me. I was a kid that always needed reassurance. I was insecure. I'm an insecure man. Always have been. I love assurance. I love positive vibes and people backing each other. That's why I become a vain person. I had to back myself because I didn't feel like I had anyone else to back me. When he died, he gave me a picture of Jesus. It's a Divine Mercy picture with a birthday prayer on it. He died 2 days after my birthday, my 15th birthday. I thought, where did this come from? Where did this picture come from? I didn't know that. My gramps had never told me anything about Jesus or Divine Mercy or anything like that. I didn't even know it was Divine Mercy at the time. The picture touched me though. It's a picture of Jesus, his hand on his heart. It's pointing up at the sky. I knew there was more to it. I never thought of where I could get the information from. My nana gave it to me and she never told me where he got it from or I let it sit there. I'd kept it. It's something beautiful for me. I let it sit there for years. And I'd mentioned it and I'd found out about it being Divine Mercy and my auntie is a Catholic and when I was 23 I went to England to play cricket and she gave me a book of Divine Mercy and I read some of this book and I was in tears. The beautiful messages behind mercy and forgiveness and love. I laughed it off. I laughed it off in many ways that I feel a lot of people are laughing me off at the moment. And while I'm trying to say that I'm an advocate for Divine Mercy, because I am. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. To forgive is strength. It's forgiving self, forgiving others, not holding on to pain. We think that it's strength to hold on to the pain and have the anger. Hold on to the memories. Don't let what happened to you happen again for sure. Learn from the pain that was caused to you. But to react to other people when a situation reminds you of something negative, when they're not even being negative, or holding on to the same crappy reactions that you had years ago when apparently you've moved forward, yet you react. If you've moved forward, you wouldn't react. You'd just walk away or just laugh and turn it into a beautiful thing. In 2005, I was bottled. I had 8 fractures in my eye socket and a depressed cheekbone. I had an operation. That they did an incision all the way over my head and took all the skin down off my face. They took hip bone to replace my eye socket and they put metal plates in to replace my cheekbone. I become very angry. I had a fight and I almost bit this dude's finger off. There's no excuse for what I did. Absolutely no excuse for what I did. Slowly, I'd learned to forgive the lad that did what he did to me. He bottled me from me protecting someone I loved. I was in a nightclub, and my sister-in-law, he was coming on to my sister-in-law. He took it too far. Started grabbing her and just not listening to her, asking him, hinting to him to move on. She wasn't interested. So I just had a chat with him, nicely had a chat with him, introduced myself and just asked him nicely to move on. He moved on, come back, and caved my face in. from behind. Hit me from behind. I saw the movie The Passion of the Christ, and I saw the part in it where they were putting the nails through his hands. And he said, "Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do." It put me in tears. I was just so touched by someone that could be so gracious and so forgiving before someone even did what they were about to do. It helped me to forgive the young man who smashed my face in. When I turned 15, when I got this picture from my granddad, I become loosely a Christian. I didn't follow any faith. I didn't, if anything, from 15 to 20, I was getting drunk every week and getting into fights and running amok. I was actually so down about my granddad passing away that I just let my life slide. Plus, I was a teenager, just being a teenager, just a lad being a lad, learning from life. When I turned 30, I became agnostic, and I just didn't know what to believe. I was sort of somewhere in between, like most people are. Until 6 months ago. This is where it all changed. It all changed for me. I got into conspiracies about 3 years ago and got so deep into them. And they are there. We are run by ruthless, power-hungry, greedy, money-scabbing heathens. But at the same time, we want to be. We don't want to own our power. The system does what it does because we want the system to do what it does. We think we're so advanced, yet we're so reliant and dependent on a system. The Western world is in absolute turmoil. The whole world is. It's terrible. We're in a terrible state because we're not together. We're not unified. Anyway, back to 6 months ago. I just asked the universe. I asked the universe to show me the hack. I'd seen so much with the conspiracy and thought, what is going on with this world? Are there aliens controlling people from other dimensions and through David Icke's stuff and blah, blah, blah? I knew the whole metaphysical stuff, the quantum stuff, the fabric of the universe and all that. I know that there's things beyond space and time. Of course there is. Space and time has been something that's been made by humans so we can live our day-to-day lives. There's more out there. The spectrum of what we see, the spectrum of light, and the spectrum of what we know about us and our brains and our bodies and everything is like 1%. There's 99% more to learn about life and the universe. Where does it all creation come from? Where did creation start? Anyway, that's what I wanted to see, the hack. I wanted to see more. I felt like I'd learned everything I could about life. We all do. We all think that we know everything. So I asked to see more. A week later, the hack. It showed me the hack. It was me. I was looking at myself. I was the hack. I saw and since it showed me my hacks, it hasn't stopped. My life has gone into freaking turmoil, but I've never been so in control. It first started, went to my brother's house. My brother has had mental problems, manic depression. He's been manic depressant. He's been a drug addict for many years. He's turned it all around now. He's in a great position, but his pain and his misery over many years became me. I became a drug addict as well. And I became his pain. I carried his pain because he couldn't drop his pain. And I couldn't drop my pain. We relied on each other's pain. And he hadn't told me the whole story.